Paper, this game looks one-sided, GA, but you never know in the NBA, do you? As they say, anything can happen.
Yeah, that means just so much talent in the league. If one or two guys get hot, this could end up being an upset. The difference between good teams and bad is razor thin.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. They've got Hart. Markkanen is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Bridges in at the 2 guard. Now here's Irving. It's rebounded by Topic. Pass the flag. Johnson against Markkanen. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. That's screen on Irving. Here's Topic. Releases from the wing and drills it.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Now, here's Markkanen. He had 27 points last game. On its way from Irving for 2. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
Pass the flag to the left side wing. Over Hart. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Again, Irving missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Pass the flag. Over Irving. The Hornets pull it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
They now take the lead.
That is the signature of Irving. He is an incredible finisher near the basket.
Here's Topic, covered by Irving. It's Richardson on the wing. And stolen by Hart. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Markkanen finds Hart. Goes back up. Here's Bridges, and he banks in the layup.
Really outstanding effort on the glass that time by Bridges, doing everything possible to cash in there.
Clark, one of the better two-way wings in the NBA, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's a versatile defender. Has really improved offensively recently, in my estimation. Was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting one time. And over time, like I said, I think he's really added to and rounded out his offensive game.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Tell you what, early in the game, these kinds of plays can really set the tone.
Shot clock at 6. Down low. And Johnson with the stop.
Selfless play from Flag. If your shot isn't there off the action, you have to give it up.
The Hornets with the lead. Irving surveying the floor. Over Topic. And it's Flag with the rebound.
A chilly quarter for him offensively, trying to get warmed up.
And Bridges with the block.
Bridges' defense is so important to this team. He gives you some rim protection from the wing.
Outside, Markkanen. Markkanen sets the pick for Irving. And Markkanen throws it down.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
The Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Kessler against Claxton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for 2, Walker Kessler.
That free throw, no good. Over the last 2 decades, Kemba Walker has been one of the few bright spots, Clark, for Charlotte basketball.
Yeah, you look back at his time there, he led the Hornets to their last 2 playoff appearances, Kevin. He retired as their all-time leading scorer, and now they're thrilled to have Kemba Walker back as a player enhancement coach.
He hits the second from the line. So, Greg, when you're in the first game of a back-to-back, how much focus slips into already looking towards the second game?
Well, from a player's perspective, not much. But from the view of a coach, it has to creep in some in terms of making sure you don't overplay your stars.
Al Richardson, after Mikal Bridges missing on that last three-pointer. Kessler, no good with the layup. Charlotte leading by 3. Bridges passes to Claxton. Hart outside. Over flag. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Bridges. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Johnson down low. Claxton covering. Markkanen against Richardson. 5 on the clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And it's flag missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Good on the shot.
You know, when Irvin rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
Pass the flag. Here's the screen. Goes up on the wing. He makes that one drop. Only a second and 5 tries.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here's Bridges. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Kessler, screen on Irving. And Kessler throws it down.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
Irving with the bounce pass. Bridges against Richardson. Back to Bridges. Into the lane. Here's Claxton. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Claxton's got his second basket of the game. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Here's Topic. He's covered by Irving. Topic, no good. Charlotte's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. To the paint. Stolen by Kessler. Pass to Richardson. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Back to you, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, he can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Minnesota. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. You look at Flagg, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league. And, of course, come on, Malawach. He shows up in that same conversation.
And really both showing a gift at the defensive end, applying pressure and picking pockets.
You know, sometimes guys, particularly if they're young, gamble too much, but these two create turnovers within the confines of the scheme. Great work.
Here's Merrill. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Castle. Shoots over Van Fleet. And the basket by Castle. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Van Fleet. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Tyson, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. They get it back. Here's Markkanen. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Here's Sarov. After the basket by Charlotte. Pass to Van Fleet. Three-pointer. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Driving inside. Stolen by Walker. From past the arc. Malawach grabs the miss. Charlotte in the lead. Now Markkanen guarded by Walker. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got his second basket.
Big fella running the floor. I love it. Markkanen showing you he can be determined to beat everybody down the floor.
Here's Sarov. Still without a basket. There's the pick. Pass to Iguodaro. Here's Sarov. He's defended by Merrill. Sarov can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Merrill gets the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Minnesota with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. Walker's shot is off.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for him. He'll usually convert that.
Pass to Castle. From deep. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Here's Van Fleet. Following the 3 by Charlotte.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Hornets shooting their initial free throws in the game right here.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And the first one drops. And so Merrill nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Iguodaro.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass nice and simple.
To the inside. Here's Tyson. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Van Vliet. There's the 3. No good there. And so it's Charlotte in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back to the action in just a minute. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnover.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, we've got Nicholas Claxton. Mikal Bridges out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Castle. And it's Irving at the point guard position. Now, here is Irving. 17 points in his last outing. Hart finds Irving. Claxton sets the screen for Irving. Knocks down the 3-ball. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
The fire that Irving plays with, admirable. I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Flag with it. Defended by Bridges. Pass to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Kessler. Got it. Good job in the low post. Kessler's got his second bucket. Charlotte leading by 6. Outside Irving. In the corner, Castle with it over Richardson. Kessler with the rebound. And Minnesota has possession. They're playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Pass to Flag. Johnson with the screen on Bridges. 6 to shoot. Hart against Johnson. Over Hart. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
An underrated part of what Johnson brings to this offense, that mid-range game.
And here is Irving. Bridges for 3. And no good that time. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
Hornets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside Irving. Inside. The shot's good from Claxton. And that's now 6 points for Nick Claxton.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Johnson. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Hart. By himself, and Hart throws it down.
Way too easy for Hart. This is why the defense has to push him out of the paint.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Topic. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. They get the rebound. Kessler, the layup off target. Hornets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Bounce pass from Bridges. And the basket by Castle. And now it's an 11-point Charlotte lead.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Pass to Flag. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson sets the screen for Flag. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And Johnson is one of those guys that is just all over the glass, takes pride in just outworking the opponent.
Now here's Irving. 7 points in the game. Stolen. Here's Topic. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And one thing we love about the NBA, Clark, the different styles that teams play with. So how important is pace?
I think it's critically important, Kevin, because the game is meant to be played at a fast pace. 24-second shot clock, 8 seconds to get the ball across the half-court line. And some teams really step on the gas pedal and try to play extremely fast. Others want to massage the pace. So I like the fact that there are different approaches to pace for the teams in the NBA.
Now, here's Hart. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis. Irving passes to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
You got to appreciate Kyrie Irving's court awareness. Outstanding. Finding open teammates.
First team foul.
The Hornets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Claxton. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game format, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Kessler.
On the free throw, no good. Hornets leading by 7. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Pass to Irving. And the shot goes in. And it's 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Kessler with it. Claxton covering. Well, always interesting to check out the first-year stars of the NBA. And on that list are the rookies who have been almost automatic from the field this past month. Cooper Flag, 3rd.
And his confidence is going to keep growing if he continues shooting like he has over the past month.
And what I like about him is he rarely pulls the trigger unless he has a quality look, an open look. And he's cagey and crafty in how he creates room for himself to get his shot off. Well, I love his offensive presence. A lot of poise he plays that end of the floor with.
That's good from Kessler. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
You know,
Take a break.
even in
Take a
games where he
break.
hasn't been at his best
shots.
this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, Greg, when Kyrie elevates off the dribble, it's a work of art.
He makes it look so easy, but that fluidity is the result of countless hours in the gym and perhaps an innate gift for the extraordinary.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, special. I mean, as skilled a player as you'll ever see when it comes to handling the ball and scoring in close.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Get loud, your action pack, Ice Squad. Attention this. Down on the court is your action pack, Ice Squad. Get loud and let it in.
Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
Pass the flag. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Minnesota with the ball, trailing by 10. Flag. Another miss by Minnesota.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, and it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Flag. After the basket by Charlotte. He gets it in there. Flag's got 9.
And that 7-foot wingspan of Flag helps him when he's in close.
Outside Irving. Pass to Claxton. Right with a screen on Richardson. 4 on the clock. Here's Castle. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Flag's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by Hart. Hart's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Castle. Back to Hart. And Hart throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kevin. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Guys?
All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
He's done a nice job, a great job, actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Bangs home the trifecta. 14 points for him.
Leading the charge. What a huge quarter for him.
Down low. Here's Kessler. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He's giving them a spark because he can't win this game all by himself.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. So it's Charlotte with it. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Merrill. Trains it from beyond the arc. Merrill's got 9.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 13 after the bucket is good from Walker.
Their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Here's Castle. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the 3 by Charlotte. Walker's shot is off.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Pass to Saraf. Oh, good on the triple. Hornets leading by 16. Driving the lane. Here's Malawach. Guarded by Walker. The shape. And that one's good. Malawach.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead. You see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Saraf, following the 3 by Charlotte. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Five to shoot, to the middle. Here's Vanderbilt. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Vanderbilt's got his first points of the game.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Hey, yo, right here.
Castle against Van Vliet. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here's Walker outside. Nailed from three-point land. Walker's got 6 points.
He's found his game in the second quarter, looking very assertive now.
Back to Castle. Pocket 6. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Castle's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
From deep, Walker. Hornets with the rebound. Malawaj has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 6 points for him.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Van Vliet against Castle. Van Vliet looking around. Second chance shot. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. Hornets lead by 18. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq says hi. Kenny says hi, too. Yes, we are in the midst of the NBA season and a perfect time to see how things are coming together in the West.
A look here now at Minnesota. They're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Charlotte Hornets.
How about all the points coming off those bench, man? I'm telling you, when you get that kind of scoring up and down the lineup, you can write your own ticket to wins.
Yeah, complete team effort, and they're playing an entertaining style as well. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Timberwolves trail by 18. Jalen Johnson is out there with flag. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Topic in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Kessler. To the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Topic. From outside off the mark. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Outside Irving. To the inside. Hart outside. Off target from three-point range. Minnesota shooting in this game 45%. Pass to Kessler. To the paint. Here's Flag. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Flag's got the first field goal of the second half for Minnesota. Outside Irving. Over Topic. Irving can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Topic. He's got 7. High post, Kessler. It's hauled in by Claxton. Hornets leading by 16. Bridges outside. Outside Irving. It's good, and it's his sixth make against 11 attempts.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Pass to Kessler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Nick Claxton. The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Kessler, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Hornets leading by 18. Hart the pass to Bridges. Over Richardson. Bridges misses.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Top of the key. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Johnson for 3, drills the three-pointer. Johnson's got 9.
Yeah, Johnson has developed into a good three-point shooter. He's looking for opportunities to take advantage.
Ooh, we put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Now here's Johnson. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's on Lauri Markkanen. The Timberwolves had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And that one falls for Johnson.
And what I love about Jalen Johnson, just, how versatile he is. And the scary part, this guy is still improving. He's got another level to get to.
And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Irving. And it's 6 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Toe pitch, no good. Hornets leading by 16. Hart kicks to Irving. For 3, Bridges. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Kessler's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And the rejection by Claxton. Johnson against Markkanen. Count that bucket. Markkanen's got 8. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And so it's Charlotte with it, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's see some of the numbers here for Lauri Markkanen. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And he makes the first.
And Irving is one of the most gifted players we've ever seen. I mean, who still continues to play at a high level.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. Timberwolves trail by 18. Pass the flag and stolen by Hart. Poked loose. Markkanen against Johnson. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Kessler against Bridges. Now Hart. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. A shot's good from Irving.
That's the decisiveness we talk about with Irving. He's quick and right at it.
Pass the flag. Kessler with it. He's got 12. Here's flag. Defended by Hart. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And if you're going to foul flag, you really got to hit him, or else he's capable of fighting through that contact and finishing.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Iguodaro's checked in.
Well-rounded. That's the term you saw all over Flag's scouting reports. Everyone was attracted to a guy who looks like he is capable of doing it all and doing it at an NBA level with the proper development.
Now, here is Irving. 21 points in the game. Here's Topic. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Bridges with it. Richardson covered. He had a nice open look right there. Bridges has got his second bucket tonight.
I'd like to see Mikal shoot more often from the mid-range. He's got a nice stroke.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Iguodaro. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Nick Claxton. The Timberwolves made 5 of 10 free throw attempts. A lot of misses.
It really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting. Just around 70% on the season.
Guys, we haven't seen the type of numbers out of them at the line that we'd come to expect, especially after last season.
He's off on the first. Jarris Walker. He's checked in for the Timberwolves. So off comes in for Richardson. And he sinks the second. Hornets leading by 17. Here's Castle. And they pick up 2. Castle's got 14 points for the game.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Here's Flag. He's got 14. And he stays with it. Surratt. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Tyson. In the corner, Castle with it. Pass to Tyson. Hits the three-point bomb.
And how about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Here's Surratt. Outside, Walker. Here's Surratt. Defended by Bridges. And that one's good. Flag. 17 points in the game.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pass to Castle. 6 to shoot. Rebound, Minnesota. Here's Iguodaro. Out to the right wing. And here's Walker. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Look, when you play as a team, good things tend to happen for you.
Hornets leading by 17. Now Castle. He's got 14. Malawat, and it's blocked. Here's Topic. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejection. Wow.
They're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time defense.
Some changes for Minnesota. Vanderbilt comes in for Flagg. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Topic. Pass to Saraf. Shoots over Merrill. And they recover it. Another shot. That one doesn't go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now, here's Bridges. Count it. Good. Bridges has got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And for a guy who handles the ball so much, Fred VanVleet really, Clark, takes care of the ball. He rarely turns it over.
Yeah, Freddie is steady, boy. I tell you, man, he is a guy who really squeezes that orange. You can trust him to push the pace and play slow and take care of it no matter what the circumstance is. I mean, his leadership, his clutch production, that guy is a coach's dream.
Here's Saraf after the basket by Charlotte. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Minnesota with the ball, following the bucket by the Hornets. That's a two-pointer from Walker. Malawat grabs the miss. Malawat has got rebound number 8 now on the night. It's stolen by Vanderbilt. To the inside, here's Saraf. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defensive end, Saraf's got his first 2 points. Hornets leading by 21. Pass to Merrill. Back to Castle. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Minnesota shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Here's Walker. Now, here's Vanderbilt. He averages a bit over 6 points a game, just 5 on the clock. Walker's shot is off. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Walker with some nice D.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
The defense may have given him that one. Based on the result, you see why.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Castle with it. He's got 14. Over Vanderbilt. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Hornets have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
2 shots. Castle.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. And here is Van Vliet. Oh, he got it!
Nice call.
He beats the buzzer!
Count it up.
Oh, big time shot!
How about that?
Woo.
Yo,
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
that's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Nicholas Claxton out there with Markkanen. That's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Castellan at the shooting guard.
Going in there and Johnson playing big.
Castle finds Irving. This one for three. Hart, no good. Timberwolves trail by 17. Here's Topic. That three off the mark.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
Here's Claxton. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Flag. Kessler setting the pick for Flag. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Topic. Kessler, it's good on the putback.
What hustle on the offensive glass, finding ways to capitalize, paying off that hard work.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Here's Markkanen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
Really good to see Markkanen be aggressive inside. He's excellent at drawing the attention of the defense and then forcing them to foul it.
That free throw good for Markkanen.
Boy, in this day and age of how the game is played, Markkanen's skill set, hand and glove fit, superb at spacing the floor with his shooting stroke.
He doesn't get the second one. Timberwolves trail by 16. Pass to Kessler. Timberwolves passing it around. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor. Hornets leading by 14. Now Castle. Pass to Markkanen. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And I like that. Markkanen needs to play like a 7-footer because he's got the talent, but he also has a pretty strong frame when he wants to use it.
Here's Topic. To the middle. Claxton with the steal. Hart outside. Inside. Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
You know, when Markkanen's in this deep, he should be dunking it every time. I like to see him use his size like that.
Pass the Flag. Kessler screen on Hart. Here's Flag, defended by Hart, and then Johnson with the jam.
Yeah, and we've been watching Jalen Johnson build this confidence, taking it to the defense there. Big game tonight.
Markkanen dishes to Irving. Picked by Markkanen. Now, here is Irving. Defense is right there. And stolen by Hart. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Castle. And a wide open look for Irving. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
It counts. And the foul. Claxton. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Charlotte making a switch here. Malawach is checked in.
What's up?
Hornets lead by 13. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Ball